Today's New York Knicks high-definition broadcast is brought to you by Panasonic. Panasonic Viera Plasma TVs, proud sponsor of Knicks basketball. Well, we continue the tradition of Knicks basketball on the day that commemorates the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., except this year, as we come back and get set to watch a basketball game, I really get the feeling like this day has meant something. It's made a difference. It's made a radical change in the future of this country. Now, we've had a lot of help today, Herb Williams and Quentin Richardson helping us talk about this day, and here is Quentin Richardson on what this day means to him.
When I think about Martin Luther King, I think about him being one of the first, one of the pioneers that started to make the change and get the wheels in motion and get us to where we are today. For me to even be able to play basketball in the NBA and all of those different things and all of the rights that we have as African Americans, he's definitely one of the biggest names and one of the first pioneers of it.
And then sorry. Al, can you hear me, Al Trotwick? Al Trotwick, can you hear me? Does that mean no, Spencer? A beautiful winter day in New York City as we get set for the Knicks and the Bulls. Let's get our starting lineups for this afternoon's game. Knicks starting lineup brought to you by T-Mobile, official wireless partner of the Knicks. T-Mobile, stick together. Chris Duhon, although did not play in the fourth quarter of the last game with the back spasms, returns once again to the starting lineup with Quentin Richardson, Chandler, Jeffries, and David Lee. And for the visiting Chicago Bulls, who have struggled on the road, just 5-15, Tyrus Thomas, Yannick Noah, Luol Deng, Ben Gordon, and their prized rookie Derrick Rose for rookie head coach Vinny Del Negro, as the Bulls and Knicks meet for the second time this season. And we talked a lot about Rose at the top. It just goes to show you, Kelly, what an impact a rookie can have in this league. Obviously, he's the #1 pick, the most talented, and he has certainly come through for them. And it just goes to show you the hope that the Knicks have for somebody like a Danilo Gallinari. Now, Gallinari, not comparing him to Rose, but you can see the same type of player in that they make those around them better. And we're not going overboard after just 15 minutes of play from Gallinari, but you've seen the impact Rose can have. These young players can really make a difference.
Yeah, they can. They're young, they're enthusiastic, Mike, and certainly, you know, they fit into the team scheme and they're the perfect piece of the puzzle, so to speak. At least they think so. It's not always an exact science come draft time, but certainly Rose, a homegrown guy and a guy that they could certainly see plugged into their lineup, gave to the car, as I mentioned, and now he's starting to prosper. He's certainly an up-and-coming player, a bright, shining star, I think, later on down the league as he continues to play.
When you get those lottery picks, so important for a franchise to make the right selection, and the Chicago Bulls clearly did that. They were debating whether it was Rose or Michael Beasley, who's done a nice job on Miami.
Yes, he has.
But Rose has been perfect for the Bulls. So we're underway. There's Rose, so quick. Jump shot won't go. Noah keeps it alive. Lost the ball, however. And Duhon comes the other way. Duhon, the former Bull, playing against a lot of his former teammates.
Yeah, you saw that jump shot by Rose. That's one weakness. Again, he's just kind of an average jump shooter, Mike, but he'll get better. He'll learn. He still wants to attack the rim, and you like his aggressive style, but that's one of the points of his game that's still lacking.
Bulls right now in the 10th spot in the East. Nice move from Richardson, but can't finish. They're hoping to squeeze into the playoffs right now on the outside looking in like the Knicks. Thomas has the height advantage on Duhon and does a good job of taking advantage.
They, like the Knicks, have battled a lot of injuries, and they're starting now to get healthy. You know, with the guys like Heinrich coming back, and Gooden's been battling some injuries. They now have some depth, and they'll play a lot of different people and interchangeable parts.
Lee turns and shoots over his former teammate Noah. A couple of Florida Gators out there, as Lee's been more consistent with that jump shot in recent weeks.
Not afraid to take it now, and confidence is a wonderful thing. And right now, David Lee's playing with as much confidence as anyone in the league.
Thomas tries to rifle one down past Noah, so a turnover.
Not the correct pass there, Mike. It must need to be a bounce pass.
And there's the two buddies from the University of Florida. There's a third one who played with them, Gatorville. Anthony Roberson of the Knicks, also a former teammate in college with those two.
No wonder they won so many games in college.
Lee on the drive. Richardson fires away. That's good. Quentin Richardson has been much more consistent with his stroke recently, and that three-pointer gives the Knicks a 3-point lead.
And ironically, the Bulls are the best team at defending the three-point line, just giving up 33% shooting. So good start from the Knicks, particularly from Q.
Rose, offensive foul. Jared Jeffries draws the charge.
Good job defensively there. David Lee gets switched down to Rose. Now he does a good job there because Rose is more effective going to his right. David forced him left, and it got some help from Jared Jeffries, who took the shot there. Nice job and nice position there.
Yeah, the Bulls already 3 turnovers on their first 5 possessions. They average just under 15 per game. Knicks, meanwhile, just over 15. Lee and Duhon. And here comes Luol Deng. This is his 5th game back. He missed about 10 in a row with a sprained ankle. Gordon kicks it out to Rose. Rose's jump shot is good.
The Bulls are built on penetration. They want to attack the rim and then kick it out to shooters because they have a lot of good spot-up shooters. Guys like Gordon, Heinrich, when we see him, even Luol Deng, a very good spot-up shooter.
And here's a mismatch. Chandler with Gordon guarding him. Chandler, big height advantage, and he traveled, picked up his pivot foot.
Undecided as to what he wanted to do there. I think he was anticipating a double that really never came, and it came late. And by that time, he'd already taking a couple of steps.
So the Knicks with their first turnover. Knicks here at home now after the loss to Philly, back to 500 at 9-9. Gordon, a little fake, loves that step back, and that won't go. Thomas, the rebound, couldn't control it. Knicks ball.
Good point, Mike. That's a big part of Ben Gordon's repertoire. He loves that step back jumper, and he's very effective. One of the best shooters, streakiest shooters in this league. You've got to stay with him at all times. He can get hot in a hurry.
Duhan, nice fake. Can't connect. And Noah with another rebound. Rose, one of those point guards that sees the floor so well. Boy, the league has been really blessed with a lot of nice young point guards. His dang shot misses, follows it, gets it inside. Nice move, flips it up and in. You've got Rose, obviously Chris Paul, Darren Williams, some terrific young guys running the show for their teams.
Most important part in the toughest position to play in the league, point guard.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Duhan to Lee. Lee had to alter the shot. Couple of bounced on the rim like 5 times. Noah blocks another one. And Thomas and Noah creating some problems for David Lee down low.
And you have to be wary of Tyrese Thomas. He's a very good off-the-ball shot blocker, and he'll intimidate. You see his great length there, and he altered that shot. Made David think about it. Probably the reason why he missed it. Chandler,
quick catch and shoot, and drills the jumper. Knicks back up by 1. We played 4 minutes. I always ask this, no matter who I work with, Kelly. Afternoon games. What was it like for you? Did you prefer the night ones?
I preferred the night ones always. The afternoon, they're not bad. They're actually, kind of fun depending on who you're playing and, obviously what kind of crowd shows up. But it is, NBA players are creatures of habit, so it kind of throws off their whole idea of getting prepared at a certain time. The afternoon is more like a practice because most teams practice in the morning around 10. So you're kind of in that gray area after practice and before a real game. So players adjust to it, I think, after a while.
We always see some kind of stop and start first quarters in these afternoon games. Noah with one of the most bizarre rotations on a basketball shot you'll ever see after Jeffrey's call for the block.
Well, it's not bizarre. It's just wrong. I mean, it goes. The spin should be, around. His goes sideways. I don't know how the ball gets to the basket.
Joakim Noah, second one, and gets it to go. His dad's here, former tennis star, watching courtside. There he is. Here's Duhan setting up, looking for Lee again. Bulls defended well. Well, teams know that pick and roll with those two is a big weapon. Shot blocked, but a goaltend. Clearly on the way down. Duhan gets his first field goal.
No argument from Thomas, but he's going to go after him. There's no question about it, but you can't be afraid. You've got to continue to attack, and sometimes, when he commits like that, you're going to be able to dump it off to the guy that he's guarding. That particular time it was Jeffries, and you're going to get a layup either way. So you've got to read the situation as a point guard.
Duhan played extremely well last time against his former team as Thomas draws the foul and lays it in. Duhan had a near triple-double in a game in Chicago back in December as Richardson picks up his first.
Yeah, Chicago will run a lot of screens in the corner, Mike, and Panasonic Digital Replay shows you just that as the Knicks get caught on a double team and a nice dump off inside. Tyrese Thomas with the finish and an opportunity at the line.
The Bulls, like the Knicks, there are a lot of similarities with these two teams. Thomas is the first. One of them is younger players. They need to find out if the Tyrese Thomases, the Cephaloshes, if these guys can play and will be a part of the future, much like the Knicks with the Chandlers and Gallinaris. But at the same time, they have veterans, and you want to also win a lot of games and try and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're stuck in a quandary, and right now they're actually, according to a lot of people, as we see goaltending, they're trying to do both. They're playing the younger guys, particularly through most of the 3 quarters. But come fourth quarter, crunch time, you'll see a lot of veterans go in, like a Nocioni, who we don't see now. And you'll see Gordon out there and some other people. So, growing pains, I guess you could say. But certainly having this team healthy is going to go along whether they make that push for the playoffs in the second half.
Noah can't get it to go. David Lee the rebound. And this is a Bulls team as Lee called for a double dribble. Just a couple of years ago, won 49 games. And with basically the same core. Now they've got Rose running the show.
With some help, they have, as I said before, versatility. They have interchangeable parts. A lot of these guys can play different positions, so that gives them an up on a lot of teams.
Dang jump shot. And Richardson able to tip it to Chandler. Knicks by 1, shooting 50% to start. Duhan looking, wants to get it to Lee. Lee against Dang. Shot clock down to 8. Right back out again. That's a three-pointer, hand in his face. Shot won't go. Jeffries just mistimed his jump, and Gordon throws it too far ahead of Dang. It's a nice job running it down.
That's why he's so long, because he can get balls like that are almost out.
Gordon misses. Gordon tips it up, and Rose comes up with a board. Inside pass to Dang. Derrick Rose is averaging a lot of points, but he prefers to pass.
Well, that whole sequence was all about hustle there. You know, what doesn't show up in the box score is the challenge there by Noah in the corner on the shot by Duhan. And, of course, then the play in the corner by Dang to get an errant pass and then a second opportunity. So all hustle plays there by the Bulls.
Chandler misfires. Chandler only 31% from downtown. Rose goes right at Jeffries and banks it in.
And that's in a situation where Jeffries did not force Rose to his left, let him go to his right, which is the way he wants to go, and he paid the price there as as Rose hit the bucket off the window.
You used the word earlier, Kelly, powerful. That's a good word to describe him.
He is very powerful, very strong, and unafraid, and those are great qualities to have in a point guard.
Producer Spencer Julian asked him about some of the best advice he's received heading into the NBA.
Don't be scared to make mistakes. They're going to happen, so just live with them. My team got to live with me, make mistakes, and when I do things right, they tell me that I'm doing things that's right, so just keep doing it.
What part of your game do you think needs to improve the most?
Everything, mental part of the game, dribbling, pass, jump shot, just controlling the game as a point guard.
He is so quiet and so humble, as the subject of our Geico quote book. That's one of the things that has endeared him to a lot of people who watch him. There was, from what I understand, they've seen Mayo, the only one averaging more. Early in the season, you talk to the Bulls people, they'll tell you there was a little bit of jealousy. He received all the preseason talk, and everybody wanted to talk to him, and some of the veterans were a little bit of jealousy, but they're understanding that the kid is so unselfish, as Lee misses, and again humble, that there's no reason to have any animosity. Plus, he gives them a better chance to win.
You need to make friends, best friends with your point guard, and that's a good trait to have. The fact that he's very unassuming and very quiet. I'm not sure you put he and Wilson Chandler in a room together, you'd have much of a conversation. But you know, they're both very good guys, and you know, I think he said all the right things. You got to live with your mistakes. Don't worry about it. You just keep playing, and you grow into the position, and he will.
And he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
As Robinson steals, Robinson drives, pass inside, Jeffries blocked, nice block. That time from Thomas, his second rejection.
Oh, he's wary of where Thomas is on the defense because he will block shots.
Dang runner. David Lee the rebound. Lee pushing the other way. Knicks have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Robinson cross court, Harrington for 3. Not a good shot. And it's Bulls ball.
Yeah, needed to pump fake there because good hustle by the Bulls and getting back in transition. That was Tyrese Thomas running at him. If he gave him a little ball fake, he could have dribbled in right along the baseline for a better opportunity.
Harrington, we got himself going last game in the fourth quarter against Philly, much of it at the free throw line because of good hard drives.
That's what it takes. You got to be aggressive, set the defense up. And once you get them on their heels, then you're going to have the availability to shoot the jump shot.
Gordon, pass inside, broken up, sloppy pass.
Good.
Robinson inside, takes his time, does a nice job. Started to break out of his slump a little bit against Philly the other day, which included 7 assists, doing more than just looking to get that shooting slump stopped.
And you and I agree on that, Mike, that Nate needs to have a better understanding of what the game means when he's out on the floor as far as setting up his teammates, penetration, dribble, play the passing lane, steal the ball, and then his shots will come.
Rose misses that one, but Dang the rebound, poked away by Nate Robinson. Dang picks it back up. There's Gordon.
Back off him.
Gets it to Tyrese Thomas. Running start for Thomas. Offensive foul. as Jeffries draws his second charge of the opening quarter.
That's a difficult call. And that's really a nice play by Jared Jeffries. It's one of those, I think, Mike, as you say, it can go either way. He slides in there, you know, and that's just it's just a 50-50 call. But the Knicks are doing a nice job in taking away that pass in the paint, and that's Nate Robinson on 1050 ESPN. Fast break there by Nate Robinson off the steal.
I think the Knicks got a break on that call. I think Jeffries was moving. Richardson.
I do not disagree with you, but
nice spin move on Heinrich, who just checked in. And the Knicks back up by one. Quickly Thomas down the other end.
One of their MOs, Mike. Chicago does not waste any time. If you score on them, they will get the ball inbound quickly and up the floor just as quick.
Nate Robinson quickly scores the other end, so Robinson has hit his first 2 shots.
You've got to find people and realize transition defense.
Rose just shook him pretty good right there. Rose gets to the basket again. He is so quick to go along with that strength that you spoke of.
And that little hesitation dribble, that's kind of become his pet move. He freezes you and gets by you.
Robinson, pretty play, and no interior help. Another similarity between, Robinson almost deflects it. Another similarity. It was last touched by the Bulls, so Nate Robinson creating havoc at both ends.
Tried to pull it back, Mike. Good bit, and hit the back of the backboard.
Good hustle from Robinson, and Vinny Del Negro's team turns it over for the 7th time in the first quarter. Robinson a spark off the bench in a game that's already seen 10 lead changes.
He wanted equal rights for everybody, whatever color, whatever creed you was. He wanted equal rights for you, and for him to give his life for that, that's the ultimate.
The wonderful perspective from Herb Williams, who's influenced so many players in his time in the NBA as a teammate first, and now as a yawning assistant coach. Herb, of course, on our pregame show, Martin Luther King Museum in Atlanta. He took us on a tour. And certainly tomorrow, as Herb is one of many Knicks who've talked about it. Very special day tomorrow, combining today with Martin Luther King Day. And the inauguration tomorrow. Meanwhile, a foul down low on Nocioni, who just checked in the game, and who's pretty much argued every call that's ever been made against him.
Yeah, he's a tough son of a gun, though. I tell you what a great competitor, and he'll get in your face. He's not going to be happy a lot of times, but that never stops him from coming at you even more.
He is one of the hardest working, fearless players in the league.
Absolutely.
Thomas hits the first. Meanwhile, Gallinari has checked in, getting some early time. Be the beneficiary of Chris Duhan's Dish of the Night. Purchase tickets regularly priced at $60 for only $20 and catch the Knicks take on the Suns Wednesday night. Exclusive ticket offer expires as soon as today's game ends. So finish to play and use code 2009 ordering at nyknicks.com. Gallinari on Heinrich. Gallinari now guarding Nang. Rose couldn't handle it, or excuse me, Gordon. Turnovers have been a real problem here in the first for Chicago. Nocioni steps out, can't hit. David Lee, his 4th rebound.
We're going to look at some of the changes both teams have made and change the lineup a little bit.
Robinson comes down and the 3.
A lot of small people on the floor, though, when you look at it. No true centers, really, hardly any really true power forwards.
Dang wants to take it on Ari in the defense. Kicks it out. Nocioni, 3 in the corner. And David Lee, another rebound.
Excellent block out there on Gooden by David Lee.
You can run on the Bulls. And it's the scouting report as the ball knocked out of bounds. Still Knick ball. Vinny Del Negro learning as he goes along. Del Negro last couple of years was with Mike D'Antoni in the front office in Phoenix with the Suns.
Mike, some of the reasons why you can run on the Bulls is what we talked about before. The penetration ability of Rose sometimes puts them in a poor balance. Now, Rose not in the ball game now, so Heinrich and Gordon will kind of share the point guard responsibilities. But if they're penetrating, they don't have some balance in the backcourt.
Gordon shot misses. Gooden won't go. Gallinari the rebound. You saw that miss earlier. One of the things Mike D'Antoni's looking forward to seeing Gallinari is his ability to make plays off the dribble, either for himself or a teammate, as Robinson clearly carries out. But Nate with a bounce to his step a little bit more. You don't see what we've seen during this slump that he's had is a hesitancy. which is so unlike him.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, again, Nate, for him to get involved in the game as quickly as possible is when he makes a steal or comes up with a rebound or takes the ball to the basket and creates or makes a layup rather than a jump shot.
Gooden couldn't make the layup, but he drew the foul as David Lee picks up a personal. Now he's working on it. This was 10:15 this morning. Almost 3 hours before, working with assistant coach Kenny Atkinson. Nobody or hardly anyone in the gym. And that's what you want to see. He is trying to break out of this shooting slump.
And that's how you do it. You got to keep shooting. You can't be afraid. Though your confidence wanes, it's easy to get discouraged, but you still have to just continue to work on not only your shot, but getting better shots. And you saw in that clip there the fact that he was taking 3-pointers, then he was taking 15-footers. So trying to mix it up. That's how you get your confidence back. You start seeing the ball go in the basket from shorter distances and then work on the longer ones.
Here, show my age. Oh, Gordon with the steal, and then Thomas with the block.
Great help.
Show my age by calling it a gym. Here he's shooting in the gym.
It's always a gym.
This is some gym.
It'll never, yeah, one of the better ones, that's for sure, but it'll always be a gym. That's all right. That's kind of East Coast.
Shot clock turned off. Gallinari looks up at the shot clock. Now looks to make his move. Fires up the three. Boy, short Thomas right there, lays it in with 6 minutes in the second. He won't get an assist, but the Knicks will get the 2 points as that will end the first quarter. Neither team shot the ball well. Gallinari laughs a bit on his quasi-assist as he missed a couple of shots. Meanwhile, the key stat for Chicago, 7 turnovers. And that's enabled the Knicks to get a 2-point lead. So first quarter complete here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day at the Garden. Knicks 22 and the Bulls 20. New York Knicks basketball brought to you in part by Panasonic Viera Plasma TVs, proud sponsor of Knicks basketball, and by Land Rover, designed for the extraordinary. First quarter complete here at the Garden. Knicks lead the Chicago Bulls 22-20. Later today at 4 on MSG. Don't miss the MSG original Lapchick and Sweetwater. Breaking barriers. The untold story of how the NBA's color barrier was forever shadowed by the Knicks. Sweetwater Clifton and his legendary coach Joe Lapchick today after the Knicks postgame show right here on MSG. All right, Kelly, thoughts first quarter?
Well, it looked like a feeling out process to me. I think neither team played outstanding, but thought they did a pretty good job in transition, trying to attack the rim. And, not much three-point shooting, which we thought we'd see a lot of, and neither one is shooting the ball very well. But I think they're starting to get used to one another and the changes that each team makes with substitutions.
Robinson looking for Richardson. Gordon guarding him. Shot clock at 8. Dang looking to help. Now Gooden does. Nice move from Richardson, and he draws the foul. Turned away from the double, and he'll get to the line.
Yeah, and that just seems to be where Q is at his best. I mean, I know he's known at times for the three-point shooting and hitting some big shots, but boy, he's a very good post player. Really uses his size in there, his width to get around people, and very clever as well.
He's shooting 78% from the line. That's only his 68th free throw of the season in 37 games. Doesn't go down very often. It's not his role, but he cans both here. The Knicks up 4. Gordon, Heinrich, Gooden, Nocioni, and Dang. Bulls are a deep team now that they're healthy again. Gooden traveled, took the extra step, and that's the 8th turnover. Gooden had a very good game first meeting between the two. Knicks lost that one in Chicago 105-100. Gooden had 22 points, 16 rebounds.
Battling a groin problem for a couple of games and seems to be moving rather well.
Thomas on the drive, gets inside, stripped. Here comes Heinrich.
Bulls have numbers.
Dang kicks it out. Gordon, good open shot, knocks down the 3.
That's where you've got to be able to get back and find shooters in transition. They're going to push it hard, and you got people like Gordon spotting up, and Heinrich, you've got to make sure you're on them.
And Gooden swats at that. Picks up the personal foul. So Harrington will get to the line for the first time tonight. Evo Sefolosha checks in for the first time. Sefolosha, another of the young players, comes in for Dang. He's only in his 3rd year.
Another guy with length. You know, strong defensive player, long arms, and starting to come around offensively as well. So there's part of their versatility, Mike. You know, a lot of interchangeable parts, and they're not afraid defensively to switch because they're usually playing guys similar size and height, and they're not really giving away a lot when they do switch. So they take advantage of that.
Harrington misses the second, but a lane violation.
See,
I think
that
it was
often
against Heinrich. No. Again, the players along the lane have to wait until the free throw shooter, the ball leaves his hand.
Well, sometimes they cheat, but usually they're thrown off by a erratic shooter that has a hitch in his shot. And they
A
get
little
thrown
hitch in
off.
Harrington there.
A little bit.
Not quite the Meadowlark Lemon hitch, but
Some are worse than others, but usually after you see a guy one time, you know his routine, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Gooden in the post. Really their only post player, and gets that to go.
That's a disadvantage there for Tim Thomas. Again, not as strong as Gooden. He's certainly got a battle on his hands down in the block with him.
Again, neither team with a real post presence. Richardson, nice left hand. Again, taking advantage down low. As you said, Kelly, something he does well.
And here's that quick entry pass off the make. Bulls rush up.
Gooden steps up, likes to face. Not that time. Harrington the rebound.
He's not shy about shooting the ball, Gooden, when he gets an opportunity.
Bulls +5 in the rebounding now. Gallinari to Harrington. Harrington against Nocioni. Tough fall-away shot. Almost bounced the right way.
It's actually a good matchup there with Nocioni against Harrington. Two guys that compete.
Heinrich fires away. Heinrich has missed a majority of the season with the torn ligaments in his thumb on his right hand. Gallinari up and in. Nice lob pass. Wasn't the perfect pass. Gallinari quickly pointing thanks for the assist.
It wasn't a great angle either, Mike. That was a difficult shot. He got a kind roll there. You know, no backboard to use, and it's the most difficult kind.
Nate Robinson went for the steal, didn't come up with it. Thomas and Rose will check back in.
Now here it is, too far to dunk it, and he on his way down there uses that rim. You see Heinrich come in late, but a kind roll for Gallinari.
Knicks bench doing a solid job here. The Bulls are the deeper team as Rose kicks it out to Heinrich. Heinrich with a hand in his face. He missed 31 games with that injury. This is his 5th game back.
Another good spot-up shooter, and particularly from 3 as well. So Bulls have a lot of three-point shooters.
Richardson for 3. Puts it in. Quentin Richardson knocks it down. Knicks now with a 5-point lead.
And so do the Knicks, for that matter, as well, Mike.
Heinrich comes right back the other way.
Pace starting to quicken a little bit.
But you're right, Kelly. They like to push the ball on makes. Gallinari turns and fires away. The sweet touch from Danilo Gallinari.
I've not seen many teams this year, Mike, that get the ball in as quick as the Bulls do. They really concentrate on that fact. They don't waste time whining about giving up 2 points or 3 points. They get it and go.
Philadelphia was one of those the other night.
Really?
At times they're so quick.
Now it's a mindset, and that's what Mike D'Antoni's trying to get the Knicks to think that way.
Both teams catching a little fire here in this stretch after some poor shooting early. Tyrese Thomas having a strong game. Robinson kicks it out. Tim Thomas puts in a 3.
All set up by Nate Robinson. Boy, what a quick blow by there. He got in the lane in a hurry and drew 2 or 3 defenders and able to kick it out.
And you see Robinson again playing with that bounce to his step. That's his strength, the energy, and he's got it so far after some real rough struggles. Nocioni fakes, kicks it out. Cephalosha has a good look, and that's a good 3.
Another guy that can shoot the triple.
Harrington to the basket and a foul. We've had 8 straight shots go in. And a chance for a 3-point play for Al Harrington, and we'll take a timeout. So the Knicks bench doing an excellent job. 19 points for the Knicks bench. 7.5 to play in the second. They lead by 5. At Madison Square Garden, Knicks leading by 5. Let's check in with Al Troutwig.
Mike Vinny Del Negro, rookie coach that you've talked about. I think it's very interesting and very smart what he did with his staff. he is surrounded by two former head coaches, Bernie Bickerstaff and Del Harris. There is nothing in this league that they haven't seen, and both of them are very aggressive at giving advice during the game and during timeouts. And to Del Negro's credit, he's very good at accepting the advice. And if that's not enough, he's got another player on his team who plays about 11 minutes a game, who also does a lot of coaching with his teammates, and that is Lindsey Hunter. It's sort of like you doing a game with Bob Wolf sitting next to you, you know?
That's a good analogy, Al. I do think that somehow you're taking a shot there, but anytime you get mentioned.
Al would do that.
Great Bob Wolf.
You know, you can throw in Bob Osika, too, another guy that's been around the league for a long time. And I think that was by design. I think John Paxson had a lot to do with that, knowing that Vinny didn't have a lot of expertise, you know, as far as the coaching was concerned. Surround yourself with some guys that have been around the league.
Rose loses. By the way, I don't know if we mentioned it this year during the year, but Bob Wolf went into the Basketball Hall of Fame this past summer. Gallinari kicks it back out to Harrington. Harrington for three. Short. Goes right back out to Harrington. Goes up and banks it in.
Good awareness there from Al. Staying with the play and able to finish on a second chance.
It's the largest lead of the game, an 8-point advantage. But as Al said, very smart. You've got Bickerstaff and Del Harris, two former NBA coaches of the year. Got a third one in the building, and Mike D'Antoni. Cephalosha takes it away from Gallinari and able to put it in.
Again, that's from not playing much. Got to recognize what abilities the guys you're guarding has, and you got to be a little bit stronger. And Gallinari is going to get stronger. Still a young man.
Richardson turns and shoots. That won't go. And Thomas showing his leaping ability.
He can fly at times. Tyrus Thomas.
There's Rose. Gallinari, good tip. You know, we speak of Del Negro. He wasn't necessarily the first choice of John Paxson, the general manager. Mike D'Antoni was very close to becoming the Bulls coach. That was a big topic, but at the last minute decided to go with Donnie Walsh. It brought some harsh feelings from owner Jerry Reinsdorf in Chicago. He thought D'Antoni was going to go, but Mike D'Antoni said he just felt more comfortable with Donnie Walsh and what Donnie Walsh had to say. Then the Bulls also flirted with Doug Collins, the terrific broadcaster and former coach and player.
For a second round, by the way, because he'd already been there.
And then Doug Collins and Reinsdorf decided not to go that route. And then it was Del Negro. Del Negro and Paxson got to know each other very well. They both did some European scouting. And Heinrich's jumper bounces a couple of times. Richardson the rebound. But he, like any rookie player, is learning and getting some good help from those terrific assistants. Well, midway through the second, David Lee has Gordon on him.
Nice size advantage here.
Kicks it out diagonal. Chandler passes open look for Richardson. That's a three.
15. And that's due in part with the Bulls' ability, or you know, taking a chance on switching a lot of things, and that leaves an open shooter cross court. Nice job from David Lee recognizing it.
Richardson 3 for 3 from downtown, 5 of 7 from the field, and it gives the Knicks their largest lead of the game.
Abbiamo il nostro amore, è solo questo che conta.
How much this man gave the ultimate sacrifice, you know, his life, to allow us the freedoms that we have today.
Knicks head athletic trainer Roger Hines will be watching closely tomorrow, and the emotions that you saw on election night that you're going to see again tomorrow from so many people is it's inspiring.
Well, the country's changed. That's for the best, and hopefully, you know, things can get done. If things get done, Mike, we all make out. That's what we all want.
Just past the midway point, second quarter here at the Garden. The guy they call Madison Square Gordon inbounds it. Ben Gordon has played some terrific games here at the high school, about a 30-minute drive away in Mount Vernon in Westchester County. Heinrich to Rose. Rose jump shot.
Ball movement that time by the Bulls. A lot of drive and kick, and that's what their offense a lot of the times is predicated on. That and some cuts, and you always have to be wary. They play with great quickness.
Chandler inside to Lee. Lee against Thomas. A couple of fakes blocked by Thomas. Oh, he timed it perfectly.
Didn't bite on that first fake, and that was the key to the block.
Heinrich sets it up. Thomas with 2 blocks in the game, and that's a three-pointer.
Out of the timeout, the Bulls come out on fire on a mission to get back in this game. And they've cut it to 4.
Gordon's second three-pointer. Here the Knicks trying to take advantage. Chandler. Good double team. Lee is open. Richardson finally sees him, and David Lee rushed it. Fight for the rebound, Luol Deng.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. That pass should have been a second sooner. That extra dribble threw off the timing of the play.
Deng gets Duhon up in the air and then gets rid of him. If anybody should know Deng, it's Duhon. They played together at Duke. They played together in Chicago. Duhon gets a clear pass. And it looked like he got tripped up or stumbled on his own. He suddenly lost his balance. Gordon, another three-pointer. That one won't go, and Jeffries does a good job tipping it. Duhon sets himself. That's a 2, and he nails it for his second field goal.
Now that's a way to get some payback. They thought he was fouled on that drive you mentioned before. And no call, but Chris responds with a 3 in transition.
And the Bulls turn it over. 10 turnovers for Chicago.
Coming off the good rebound from Jeffries, he kicks it ahead, and then all of a sudden the red shirts get sucked into the paint. No one on Chris. 3 for Duhon.
Duhon again. The back spasms have been bothering him. Not enough to have him sit. And back-to-back jumpers. A three-pointer for Duhon.
That makes that back feel better. I know what he's going through. Back spasms are not fun. I've dealt with them in the past myself. He's a gamer out there.
Gordon short. Dang lost it. Richardson picks it up. Richardson having another terrific first half like the other night. David Lee, reverse layup, won't go. Richardson tip of the whistle and foul. Didn't hear the whistle as Lee got hit in the head. Thomas picks up his second personal.
Sometimes you got to attack those shot blockers, and right now Tyrus Thomas is in one of those modes, so you can't be afraid of him. You've got to attack him. David did a pretty good job flying in from the right side on the wing and took it underneath, got hit in the head on the way there.
Knocks down the first tomorrow night on MSG. As we look at Henrik Lundqvist of the Rangers, they'll take on the Anaheim Ducks at the Garden. Preview the action 6:30 New York Lottery game night. And the puck drops shortly after 7. Rangers hockey tomorrow night on MSG. Henrik and Heinrich. That's what I'm told I'm supposed to say.
Not together, though.
Well, with Clyde not here, we need to get an occasional play on words. 7-0 run as the Knicks with their largest lead, 11-point advantage. Nocioni to Gordon. Duhon guarding Nocioni. He wants it. Double team.
I got it.
Throws it to Neil Funk, the veteran play-by-play announcer of the Chicago Bulls.
He didn't move at all like he usually doesn't.
There's Neil. Neil, one of the great broadcasters in the NBA.
You were behind me, I think.
For many years, Neil was doing radio. His first year, after 30-plus years doing radio, he's doing television. And we like to tease Neil. They can't have enough makeup to help him. Jeffries inside, fouled by Nocioni.
Now that's a shot.
All done with affection to one of the great NBA broadcasters. Jeffries will go to the line.
We love knowing.
There he is working with Stacey King. Knicks now from the line, 8 for 10. They continue to shoot the ball well from the free throw line at 80%. Anytime a team gets the 80% mark, that's a terrific number.
Bulls are the same. They're at 80% as a team.
And Jeffries hits the pair.
Just a tad under it, but they've got a lot of good free throw shooters as well.
Knicks 6th in the league in free throw shooting percentage-wise, and they've upped their largest lead of the game. Noah back in. Look at a post-up Richardson. Rose, one dribble, pull-up. That's a nice-looking shot.
If he can continue to hit from that range, Mike, he's really going to be a threat because you know he's got the other ability to get by people. So consistency with the jump shot from 15 feet will take him a long way.
His mid-range jumper is good. It's his three-pointer that doesn't have that range yet. Lee throws it up in the basket trying to draw a foul, and Gordon comes down with it.
And right now they've got enough three-point shooters. Didn't have to work too hard on that.
Gordon crossover, spins, lost it. To Nocioni, puts his head down on the drive. Runner won't go. Rebound Noah, and banks it in.
And that's where Noah's effective. He knows his role, Mike. He's a long player that is very good around the basket and defends.
Duhan, that won't go. Jeffries pokes it away. If Noah has the ball down low, I think you almost have to whack him. Don't let him get the shot off. Rose, no good, hits off the shoulder of Lee. He didn't see where the ball went. Gordon has such a good ball fake. And Dang knocks down the jumper. So a 7-point game, under 2 to play here in the first half. And Mike D'Antoni says, let's talk a little bit. His team shooting 49% from the field. But right now, the Bulls on a 6-0 run. Only 20 after spending just that 1 year of college at Memphis. The nickname Pooh is from when he was a baby. They said he was very chunky. And being from the south side of Chicago, grew up a big White Sox fan. And one of the things when he was a rookie, he went to the PA announcer in Chicago, and they always announced what college you went to. And he said, I don't want you to say from Memphis, my hometown, Chicago. I want you to say from Chicago, Derrick Rose.
Well, it's not a slight, certainly, because he didn't spend much time at Memphis, but he knows where he's from. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what how they introduce him. He's very proud of his hometown, and he grew up as a lot of youngsters in that south side in a tough area. But he had 3 older brothers and a very involved mother who he gives all the credit to for having where he is today.
Not an easy thing to play for your hometown either, so he took on that task. He wanted it, he got it, and he's attacking it right now with a lot of gusto.
Jeffries looking to post up Gordon. That's not Jeffries' game, but a huge height advantage. Double team, dangerous pass. And here comes Dang running the floor, gets up and lays it in. 8 straight points by the Bulls.
Yeah, Mike, you're right. He didn't read the situation there, didn't sense that there was somebody playing the pass, and particularly a guy like Dang with that great length of his. And got to kick it out and swing it the other way.
David Lee, too strong. No other rebound. Lee slow to get up. Nocioni fires away. Rebound, Rose. He's a good rebounder for a point guard.
David Lee limping quite a bit.
Gordon wide open and can't get it. And Lee is still shaken up. Didn't see what he did on that. Mike D'Antoni has seen, but Lee's not calling to come out. Richardson spinning inside. Bank shot won't go, but another foul. Gordon arguing with Steve Jabby.
Maybe checking his ankle there, Mike. It looks like maybe when he came down, may have tweaked it a little bit. He's going to go right to the locker room since there's only 43 seconds left in the half and take care of that.
Gordon's second foul. Let's watch. Can't tell. Yeah. Oh, it's right there with Dang. He tripped up on Dang's foot.
Hate those.
Knicks missing some free throws here. Richardson started off at 14 first half points on Saturday against Philly. He's got 15 first half points here today. Gordon, meanwhile, with 6, he sits down. 2 fouls for Gordon.
Now let's see how quickly the Bulls get the ball up here, because it's a 2-for-1 situation. So they're looking to get something within the next 10 seconds, I'd say.
Rose looking again, nails it. That mid-range game is becoming more consistent. He's shooting for the season 46%. A very good percentage.
It's going to be available too, because most people are wary of his speed, so they're backing off and giving him room.
Harrington to Jeffries. Jeffries, nice fake, stripped and taken by Noah. Shot clock turned off. Rose gets it inside, and Dang stuffs it in to cut it to 2.
That's a good decision. Normally, you pull it out and hope for the last shot, but when you're on a fast break, you've got an opportunity to get a layup. Hey, you take it. Don't worry about the clock.
And the Bulls with a strong finish here in the second quarter after the Knicks have built a 13-point lead. Duhan to Jeffries. Jeffries drives down a lane and banks it in, and a foul. Jeffries, a rare opportunity off the dribble, and a chance for a 3-point play.
You know, a little upset, too, that he didn't finish the last play, as Noah had blocked his attempt on a layup. And here's Jared Jeffries left alone, saw a little daylight, took it to the hole, and that's a good call. The correct call is Noah takes the foul on him. Jared Jeffries able to finish and an opportunity at the line.
Meanwhile, a technical foul on Jeffries. which is very unusual for him as Heinrich goes and hits the technical foul.
Didn't see it. Must have said something afterwards or didn't like the fact that they didn't call the play. They didn't make the call last time down.
Yep, yelling at Billy Kennedy. So for Jeffries, that is his first technical of the season.
Oh, that one missed bad.
And that will end the first half. Bulls ended on a 12-3 run, excuse me, a 13-3 run. After the Knicks built up a 13-point lead. Knicks do shoot 48%. Bulls turned it over 11 times. That was a key stat, but the Knicks also out-rebounded by 11. Quentin Richardson, once again at halftime, the leading scorer. He had
Okay, Mike, Coach, I guess you liked everything, or I think you liked everything except the way the team closed out the half.
Yeah, we have to be sharper down the stretch. You know, those are always two very important minutes that we have. The other thing, the one issue we did have was second chance points. We gave them 10. We've got to do a better job of boxing off, keep them off, especially Luell.
What did you see from Danilo Gallinari?
You know, we like his confidence. We like the way that he made some plays in there, and you know, he got a little gassed early, but you know, we like his confidence.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Mike, back to you.
Knicks basketball brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Halftime here at the Garden. Knicks leading the Chicago Bulls 57-54. Just moments ago, Al Trautwig chatted with assistant coach Phil Weber.
Okay, Mike, Coach, I guess you liked everything, or I think you liked everything except the way the team closed out the half.
Yeah, we have to be sharper down the stretch. You know, those are always two very important minutes that we have. The other thing, the one issue we did have was second chance points. We gave them 10. We've got to do a better job of boxing off, keep them off, especially Luell.
What did you see from Danilo Gallinari?
You know, we like his confidence. We like the way that he made some plays in there, and you know, he got a little gassed early, but you know, we like his confidence.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Mike, back to you.
All right, Al. Gallinari played just under 8 minutes, 4 points, couple of rebounds, an assist, a steal. There's the overall shooting numbers, whereas the rebounding certainly dominated by Chicago. Knicks made up for it by forcing more turnovers.
I thought they did a great job off their bench. You look at the bench points, 22. The likes of Harrington, Robinson, Thomas, and Gallinari. So that's a positive. Chicago's going to make you play. You got out to a 13-point lead on them. They come right back. They didn't even think about it. So you're going to have to be in this game and try to put them away.
David Lee spraining his right ankle in the first half. This was moments ago. He came out running. You can see that it's bothering him. There's a bit of a grimace as he talked with athletic trainer Roger Hines, but he said he's going to give it a go, and he's out there to start here in this third quarter.
The quicker he moves around, the quicker that'll loosen up and you'll forget about it.
There's the diagonal pass. Chandler, little fake, high arcing three. Won't go. Jeffries tips it. Rose. Dang, good open look. And it's a one-point game.
Again, Chicago pushing it up, and they'll just play off of Rose. Wherever he goes, you'll see someone kind of curl behind him. He just flips it off to Dang that time for a nice 15, 18-foot shot.
Rose fights over the screen nicely. There's Richardson. Richardson on the drive. Layup blocked by Thomas. Lee picks it up. Passes open the shot. Or passes up the shot. Shot clock is not reset. Duhan, bad pass. Threw it right to Dang.
Bulls 6 block shots thus far in the game.
Only the 7th Knick turnover. Blocked by Chandler down the other end. Beautiful recovery. Duhan to Chandler. Chandler on the drive. And turns it over. Back-to-back turnovers.
Out of control there. Wilson's got to be able to pull up and take that nice little shot in the lane rather than force feeding it.
Chandler just 2 points, only 1 of 3. He is in many ways, it's still a rookie season. Didn't play a lot last year to the end, so you are seeing the roller coaster ride from a young player. There's some nights he just looks so terrific. As Rose misses, good boxing out from Jeffries.
Look up, David Lee was wide open, didn't see him.
Richardson wants it. Knicks have had success posting up. Richardson saying, give it to me. He's had success against Gordon using that left hand and does it again.
That's confidence there. Demanding the ball down in the post, figures I can do some work here. And believe me, he knows what he's talking about. He had 15 in the first half. 16, excuse me.
Had a big first half the other night. Didn't lose much scoring in the second half. Didn't play as much. As Noah gets it to Gordon. Rose that short jumper. In and out. Noah's tip. A couple of times misses, and Richardson another rebound.
David Lee may not have that lift because of that ankle right now. Having a tough time dealing with Noah on the glass.
Well, you can tell the way he's running, especially in the start of a run. And pass deflected by Noah.
It just doesn't seem like he has the confidence as far as running and making his normal moves.
Well, his game is athletic and explosive in terms of leaping. Ankle injury, the worst possible scenario for him. But he's out there playing. Duhan back to Chandler. Chandler spinning, driving, tough shot, gets it to go. Didn't think he had a good opportunity there.
Really did, just created something off of that great strength of his, able to get it up off the rim. And Wilson needs to try to get involved in the offense a little more, maybe to take up the slack for David Lee, who's hurting a little bit.
Lee, with that right ankle, kicks it. Here's what happened in that first half. It was after the ball comes back down. Look at him backtrack and steps on the foot of Luol Deng. It's one of those freak plays. It's also one of those, you turn that ankle just a little bit more and you're in a cast already as opposed to still playing.
Yeah, and probably the worst thing that happened, Mike, was that halftime came. There's a lot of times you fight through those things as a player. You want to keep running it off.
Thomas the runner, blocked by Jeffries. Terrific pickup by the crew in terms of finding exactly that. You can see where it turned. He's still, every time play stops, you see him kind of moving the ankle, trying to get some flexibility. A little grimace here and there. Dang out to Rose. And Thomas, the offensive rebound.
Yeah, he really forced a difficult shot for Rose that time, going to his right and pulling up. That is very hard to do. And unfortunately, they didn't come up with the rebound.
And I believe that's their 11th offensive rebound. Rose, who's known to break some ankles on some of those moves, gets it to Dang, and Dang, that line drive.
Dang, on the other hand, he likes to go one dribble and pull up and shoot just like he did there.
Well, Dang signed that 6-year, $71 million deal in the offseason. Meanwhile, Ben Gordon turned down their offer. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent as David Lee called for an offensive foul.
David saying, I didn't touch him. Steve Javy says, it doesn't matter. I called the foul already.
Well, I think he's just admitting his foul. The Knicks, who only had in that first half 6 turnovers, have 3 already here in the third. 3-point lead, 3.5 gone by. Third quarter here at the Garden. Ben Gordon on the drive. The floater won't go. Noah tips it in. And Noah with his 10th rebound. Knicks have been hurt on the offensive glass of Chicago. Lee gets it back. Lee puts it up and in. Nice adjustment in the air. Yeah, he's hurting, Kelly. Just, excuse me, as he's running down, you can see him grimace.
I agree. Doesn't have the same type of lift, and that could hinder his game somewhat. So you have to keep an eye on that as we go along here.
And Rose stepped out of bounds. First turnover of the third for Chicago, who had 11 in the first. Now watch Lee after the play running up the floor.
Just trying to make it move. You try to get the blood in there and pound it out until you forget about it, but I'm not sure he's going to.
Chandler with the high arcing jumper. That's good. He has one of the highest arcs in the game as Dang comes up limping. Knicks back up by 5.
Good start for Wilson in the second half.
Dang. Oh, pretty play. He's showing an array of moves. 8 of 12 from the field.
That was nice, and degree of difficulty way up there as he's moving to his left and shooting it with his backhand, which was his right hand.
Lee with the right hand draws the foul. You know, Dang was on the verge of being an all-star a couple of years ago. And then last year he was banged up and he had left ankle tendonitis or left Achilles tendonitis, and it just wasn't himself. Still averaged 17 a game, but you thought he was going to take that next step and become an all-star, and still could be. But
it seems like injuries have really hurt him early in his career here as he goes through. He just can't. Every year it seems to be something, and it really hinders him on whether, like you said, Mike, he becomes, you know, close to a star, or at least an all-star, or not.
Meanwhile, David Lee, some thinking he's putting up some all-star numbers. You look at him with 11.5 rebounds a game, 15 points a game. He's been in the top 5 in field goal percentage and rebounds. There's a loose ball foul call. And Mike D'Antoni was saying, sure, he's putting up the numbers, but what's going to hurt Lee, as is any player on a team with a record that's like 15 and 24, it's hard. Coaches usually, when they vote, will vote for players who are on winning teams. Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, usually that's how it works out. But I'll be interested to see how a guy like Danny Granger matches up, because I believe he's a guy that could crack through that stigma, so to speak. I think he's played at a real high level, all-star level.
Good help defense from Chandler. And the Knicks wind up getting it back as Lee grabs his 8th rebound.
By the way, Granger from the Indiana Pacers, in case people at home didn't know.
Yeah, there should be a couple of first-time All-Stars between Granger and Devin Harris of the Nets.
Oh, Devin Harris the other night, he and Vince Carter were benched for their poor play. Interesting.
That was against Boston the other night. Quentin Richardson can't connect that time, and Thomas the rebound.
Goes up quickly once again. They waste little time.
5-point lead for the Knicks. 6.5 to play in the third. Noah calling for it against Chandler, spinning. And can't get it to fall.
They'll live with that. It's pretty good defense in the post from Jeffries.
Lee up to Richardson. Fakes the 3. On the drive. Back out. David Lee. Not his normal shot from that area. Lee just, and again, he's been in the top of field goal percentage. Only 3 for 12 here this afternoon. Gordon can't get it to fall. And Noah his 12th rebound.
He's active.
Look at Thomas flying in. Knicks right now getting dominated on the boards. Plus 16 for Chicago.
And really just getting out hustled here. I mean, offensive rebound, second chance opportunities are hustle points.
Lee with the block. Nice recovery after Rose got by him. Richardson stops, sets 3. It's good. Quentin Richardson with his 4th three-pointer of the day. And the Knicks back up by 8.
Not the normal fast break, folks, but in transition, Q's not afraid to pull the trigger.
21 points from Quentin Richardson, but it all started at this end of the floor.
Good job by David Lee. Duhan comes up.
Buongiorno, vorrei un ticket di primo.
Well, I mean, I think it was mostly because he was very, very tiny and small when he was young, always.
and he loved to try to shoot the threes, and he didn't have the strength, so he had to use both hands. That's the way it happened.
When did you know that it was going to be basketball and not, say, maybe tennis?
Well, he never liked tennis. Every time he would step on the tennis court, people would talk to him about his father, and I think he got tired of that. And he always loved team sports.
What do you think inspires him now? What do you think it drives him?
He just loves the game. This kid loves the game. He loves basketball, and I think it's a very privileged situation to be a basketball player nowadays and get paid for that.
What's your favorite Madison Square Garden memory?
Well, when the Knicks played Indiana and Larry Johnson's 4-point play, I was with Joakim, we were together, and it was the best time we had.
Great, thanks, Yannick. It's great to see you.
Pleasure.
Mike, back to you. All right, Al. Joakim having a very good game. Of course, a terrific college player with 2 NCAA titles. And as Dang banks that in.
Wonder what kind of game Yannick has as far as basketball.
My guess is it was probably pretty good.
He probably didn't have much time for it, as good a tennis player as he was.
Jeffries looking for Lee. And back out Harrington. Harrington hits a three. So the Knicks now from 3-point range, 7 of 14.
Got to find an answer to Dang right now, starting to heat up for the Bulls.
And Kelly, as you said earlier, Bulls statistically defend the three better than anybody, but not the case so far today. Good, tough turnaround, and Richardson's defense forces him to pass, and then a foul.
Well, the Knicks have had a game plan in that area, Mike, and you know they do a lot of doubling and they switch a lot on defense. The Knicks have been reading those switches and finding open men. Last play, Gooden trying to back down against Q, and you see he finds Thomas inside, who gets whacked.
Harrington the foul, his first. And Tyrus Thomas, he was the pick that the Bulls had in the Eddie Curry deal. Was a 4th overall selection back in 2006. Just played 1 year college at LSU. As Rose sits down for Heinrich. Had that great NCAA tournament, and that's why he went so high. Again, another, just a kid. He's only 22.
Well, a lot of people didn't think he was ready. They thought, well, you know, what's the difference if he learns the game at this level or stays in school and learns the game? And he's growing on the spot, on the job training, so to speak.
Robinson misses. Thomas, by the way, he was selected by Portland. Aldridge was selected by Chicago, and then they traded him. But that was the actual pick in the deal. Just to clarify, Gooden to Gordon. Jeffries on Gordon, putting some size. Jeffries doesn't go for it. Thomas with the jump shot. Boy, if he ever developed that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and that's the part of the game which is starting to develop. He's become a little bit more consistent from what people say as far as that 15-foot shot. He starts making that. Boy, watch out.
Harrington, not a good shot. Jeffries the rebound and stripped and fouled. Much to the dismay of Vinny Del Negro. Del Negro saying, give a big, ooh. Del Negro played 12 years in the NBA, plus he played 2 years in Italy. And his teams played against Mike D'Antoni's team when D'Antoni was a coach in Italy.
Well, Vinny would fit right in over in Italy. Trust me.
Harrington. Up and under, nice move. There's Harrington getting closer to the basket. Banks it in.
That was pretty. Nice work against Tyrus Thomas.
Thomas to Dang. Dang blocked by Jeffries. Sticks with another rejection. And they've come up with several block shots here in the third quarter.
In the nick of time, no pun intended, too, because the Bulls are getting it up quickly.
Richardson misses. You get the feeling the way the Bulls are pushing, and that time Heinrich left wide open.
Can't leave him open.
That the Bulls saw something in the scouting report that we push and we'll get easy buckets, and that's why Mike D'Antoni right now is hot. Just under 3 remaining. Third quarter here at the Garden. A mad coach as his team's lead's cut to 4.
L'IRC torna alla grande. Dopo un'emozionante stagione 2008, il 2009 si apre nel segno della leggenda su strada. Per la prima volta l'IRC ha...
Remember the difficult struggle that not only Martin Luther King, but many of Black Americans went through to get us to where we are tonight. They didn't have the same equalities that we've had. They didn't have the same pretty much anything that we have today. And we should be thankful and grateful about it.
Chris Duhon resting right now. And again, as Tina Savasio reported a couple of games ago, Duhon was invited to the inauguration tomorrow. Reggie Love, his former teammate, is a special assistant to Barack Obama. But Duhon will watch on TV. Read where Dikembe Mutombo is going down, and he's going to be at the inauguration. Harrington shot in and out. 75-71. Knicks lead by 4. 2.5 remaining in the third. Gallinari back in. He played almost 8 minutes in the first half and did some good things. Heinrich on a pull-up. Tough shot from Heinrich.
He's a good player, and once he gets back into shape and form, really adds to their depth. And right now, the Bulls are pesky this afternoon.
Thomas. Heinrich's another guy, as Thomas' jump shot. May have been a couple of years ago. There was talk because he's a good two-way player. He's a very good defensive player. Maybe a potential all-star, as Gallinari just bumps Dang. And Dang wisely throws it up at the hoop to make it a two-shot foul. So the Knicks led by as many as 9 here in the third. And it's cut to 2. They led by as many as 13 in the first half. And it was cut to 3 by halftime. Bulls 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Have you ever dreamed of stepping onto the garden floor, meeting a Knicks legend, or making a basket at the world's most famous arena? Your time has come. The Knicks are unveiling an all-access fantasy experience package for fans. Call 212-465-4103 or visit nyknicks.com to check out the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Dang hits a pair, and we're all tied up with 2 to play here in the third. 7 straight points by Chicago. Bulls have been playing much better recently. Beat the Cavs last week at home. Gallinari not expecting it, right through his hands.
And the Knicks are going to have to tighten up their D here. Chicago getting a little offensive, so to speak. And in particular, they're really going to have to do a good job on the boards without David Lee in the game.
Gordon's shot won't go. And Thomas just warded off Gooden on that.
So everybody has to rebound for the New York Knicks.
Duhon. Looking, gets it to Harrington. Back out, Gallinari. That's a 3. Short. That's a good open look. Gallinari now 2 of 5 from the field. David Lee trying to keep that right ankle flexible. Sprained it in the first half. Got it retaped at halftime. Good posting up Thomas. Quick jump hook. Won't go. Gallinari the rebound. You forget Gallinari's 6'10". Nate Robinson goes right at Heinrich. I'll tell you what, that's a tough call, as Robinson will shoot 2.
Yeah, almost as if Nate forced his way in there, bailed out by the whistle there, as Nocioni had come over to attempt the block.
Third foul on Heinrich.
Here's Nate in the open floor trying to take it at.
You know what, that reach in is what did it. That was the right call.
Yeah.
Knicks 12 of 17 from the line. Have missed 5 free throws. The key stat right now, rebounding. Bulls 43-28, a plus 15, including offensive rebounds. Right now, Chicago with 16 offensive rebounds.
It's a big number.
Final minute, third quarter. Knicks have led by double figures, led by 9 here in the third. Heinrich, the runner, banks it in. The Bulls have their first lead since late in the first quarter.
Determined to get to the bucket as Heinrich has a size advantage over Nate. Nice, tough shot, but under control.
Heinrich 12 points off the bench. Gordon up on Robinson. Robinson on the jump shot. Won't go. It's amazing. He's getting good looks, and he just can't get anything consistent to go down. Gallinari with the deflection and steal. Ahead to Robinson. Robinson runs it down, draws the contact, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Smart move there from Nate. So tough to defend that quickness in the open floor, but Nate, he initiated the contact. Seeing Dang come into play, and you'll watch as Nate, he'll lean into Dang right there. He creates the contact. Still gets a shot off, but he gets 2 at the line.
Tie game as we wind down the third quarter. Here's Robinson numbers again, 3 of 6 He was 4 of 10 against Philly, so he's slowly getting back a little bit, but not fully. And certainly not without the effort. He has been putting in all the extra time to try and get himself back on a good shooting rhythm. Knicks by 1. Shot clock turned off as we wind down the third.
Try to probably get a screen and roll in this situation for Heinrich.
And the Knicks had a foul to give. So Bulls will inbound again. Jeffries is going to quickly come in. Mike D'Antoni loves Jeffries' ability to guard opposing guards.
He's going to get some size in there to guard, I think.
Heinrich.
Yeah, Heinrich, because they're going to run that screen and roll situation again, most likely. You know, you want to put Heinrich in a situation where he can create, and then look out for Gordon as well.
And Dang has to call timeout. Good ball denial. And Vinny Del Negro has to burn the timeout, a 20-second timeout. Here's Del Negro. He played his college ball at North Carolina State. Played for Jim Valvano. He's not the only guy in the building who played for Valvano. The other one is Phil Weber, the Knicks assistant coach.
Vinny, a native of Springfield, Mass.
There's Phil Weber, who also played at Long Island Lutheran. I played against him in high school.
Vinny?
I can't remember if we lost by 30 or 40.
Really?
Yeah. No, I played against him in high school. We got crushed. He was a very good high school player, Phil Weber. From Long Island.
What high school did he go to?
He went to Long Island Lutheran.
And who was guarding him? Not you.
Well,
I guess nobody was, right?
Nobody was guarding him. Long Island Lutheran.
You know what? He says the same thing about you.
I get a bad rap. Ball is kicked, so they'll put it in. The clock won't come off. They're going to reset it. So 6.2. No, they have to put it up. There it is, 6.7.
Watch the weak side, a pin down for Gordon.
Big switch on the screen. Nocioni on the drive, puts up the two-pointer. Shot won't go. Nearly tipped in. And that will end the third quarter.
Knicks did a good job on that defensive sequence. Real nice job. They forced the Bulls to do something that they didn't want to do.
Well, the Knicks had a 9-point lead earlier in the period. Chicago came back and took the lead, but we'll head to the fourth quarter with a 1-point game. 3 quarters complete here on Madison Square Garden.
Buongiorno, vorrei un ticket di prima classe.
Andate e ritorno?
Solo ritorno, grazie.
Ottima scelta! Sono 79 euro.
Non perdere il treno speciale dedicato al grande calcio.
Per avere tutto il girone di ritorno della Serie A e dei campionati internazionali a soli 79 euro, chiama subito 199 100 400 e seleziona il tasto 1.
Tutto compreso, anche l'HD.
Questa è un'offerta, questo è Sky. La rissa reale del wrestling. Live domenica 25 alle 2 di notte e in differita lunedì 26 dalle 15. WWE Royal Rumble. Acquista subito, premi il tasto prima fila.
In anteprima assoluta, su Sky Prima Fila.
Dopo aver visto decine di morti ammazzati, imbrattati del loro sangue che si mescola allo sporco, guardati con curiosità o indifferenza professionale, scansati come rifiuti pericolosi o commentati da urla convulse, ne ho ricavato una sola certezza, un pensiero tanto elementare che la sente l'idiozia. La morte fa schifo.
Forte tu. Dal bestseller di Roberto Saviano, diretto da Matteo Garrone, il film con Tony Servillo, vincitore del Grand Prix a Cannes e pluripremiato agli European Film Award. In anteprima assoluta, Gomorra, in programmazione questo mese solo su Sky Prima Fila.
Su Sky è arrivata una stella. È arrivata Lorella Cuccarini.
New York Knicks basketball brought to you in part by Sony Pictures Underworld, Rise of the Lycans in theaters January 23rd. 78-77, Knicks lead the Bulls as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Good crowd here at the Garden. Are you the ultimate Knicks fans? We've got quite a bunch of them here today. T-Mobile wants to give you a chance to prove it. Send in your ultimate fan photo to ultimatefanofthegarden.com or log on to knicksnet.com. Register for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. There's your winner right there. T-Mobile, stick together. Well, the Knicks have had a bunch of games here at the Garden. They've come down to the wire. Certainly Philadelphia a chance to win the other day, but can they finish here this afternoon? Heinrich, Nocioni. And Nocioni puts it in, Bulls by one.
Nocioni's first bucket of the game, Mike. Now 1 of 7.
Duhan. Gordon bumps him. Duhan kicks it out. Robinson.
Everything there for Nate but the bucket.
Gallinari tips it, tries to save it. And it's still going to be Chicago ball. Gallinari at times in the short minutes we've seen him play, obviously he's going to have some struggles defensively. He's very aware defensively where he gets a bunch of deflections.
And that's a good sign. Coaches always like guys that are active with their hands, and he's got such a long reach that he can get his hands on a lot of passes.
Well, you can watch him. He sees the ball and his man, and he talks a lot. Good help defense from Harrington. Nocioni fires away. That won't go. Rebound, Nate Robinson.
No numbers, have to pull it out.
Thomas to Duhan. Duhan gets a good look. Robinson tried to stuff and then goes crashing to the floor. Here's Gordon the other way. Gordon high off the glass, banks it in, and a bad foul by Tim Thomas. And the Bulls go up by 3. Just over a minute gone by here in the fourth.
Yeah, Mike, a great effort from Nate, but probably would have been better off. I hate to take away his ability to finish in style, but he could have laid this in. He went for the home run and tried to dunk it, and instead of maybe just laying it in and looking down the other end. Gordon gets a bucket, and now he's at the line.
Gordon has been off much of the afternoon. And misses the free throw.
Very uncharacteristic.
This equals the largest lead of the game for the Bulls. Gallinari again for the second straight game, playing in the fourth quarter. Duhan, left-handed, lays it in. Pretty.
Came off that screen in the corner. Really wasn't looking to shoot, but saw some daylight and said, hey, why not?
Good. Trying to post up. Harrington falls down as Harrington pulled the chair out. Good, felt there should have been a foul. Gallinari finishes on the pass from Robinson. Michael Shevsky, the Knicks PA announcer, enjoying saying Gallinari's name with a little Italian emphasis.
Now it started with D and finished in style.
And he's fired up. You can see how his teammates react. He's a nice young kid who's worked hard to try to get back on the floor. But again, Kelly, it starts with defense.
Yeah, good job by Al Harrington pulling the chair out, as you said, Mike, and finishing the Rooster Crows with the flush.
Golden Globe, gennaio 2009. Sky sceglie sempre emozioni da primo premio.
Golden Globe goes to
Wally, Kate Winslet,
Vicky Cristina Barcelona,
Laura Dern, Recount,
Gabriel Byrne in Treatment,
Anna Paquin, True Blood,
30 Rock,
Sky ti offre il meglio della produzione internazionale, le serie più premiate, i film vincenti, il meglio dello spettacolo. Lo trovi solo su Sky.
Con Sky i tuoi sogni diventano sempre realtà. Partecipa al concorso NBA All-Star Game 2009. Segui su Sky Sport 2 le partite NBA e il programma R&B e rispondi alla domanda dei giornalisti. Potrai vincere un viaggio per 2 persone a Phoenix per il super weekend del basket americano. Scopri il regolamento nell'area clienti di Sky.it. Partecipa subito. Le stelle ti stanno aspettando.
A volte mi sento come un uccellino a cui hanno strappato le ali. Voglio ballare, fischiare, voglio guardare il mondo e sentirmi giovane e libera, senza preoccuparmi di essere...
Martedì 27 alle 21 in esclusiva su Sky Cinema 1.
La zona di alta pressione è concentrata sull'Europa centrale e sui Balcani. Passiamo alle previsioni per le prossime 24 ore. Le immagini del nostro satellite evidenziano una massa temporalesca che si sta spostando velocemente sulla nostra penisola. Sono previste sporadiche precipitazioni.
Le previsioni meteo più precise in tempo reale. Nuova grafica interattiva, più realismo delle immagini, aggiornamenti ogni 15 minuti. Sky Meteo 24, il tempo è cambiato.
The beneficiary of Chris Duhan's dish of the night. Purchase tickets regularly priced at $60 for only $20. Catch the Knicks take on the Suns Wednesday night. This exclusive ticket offer expires as soon as today's game ends. Finish the play and use code 2009 when ordering at nyknicks.com. Duhan just 3 assists tonight, 9 points. But right now his team is up by 1. He's been bothered by back spasms last couple of days, but he started and has played a lot of minutes. 24 total. Offensive foul called. Nate Robinson, Nocioni. Lloyd Robinson was looking at Steve Chavy. I thought he was calling it on him, but Robinson just comes up and hobbles a little bit.
Nocioni didn't give him enough room. Came up right behind him and got called for the legal screen.
You see just a little hobble in Nate's skate.
Never down for long.
Harrington sees an opening, kicks it out. Gallinari for 3. It's good. Danilo Gallinari, and again, an impact off the bench. He's got 9 points.
Really a set play there, set up specifically for that, to give Al Harrington choices. They cut off his drive, he kicks it out to Gallinari.
Gordon, in and out, misses. Rebound, fought for it, taken by Noah. And a foul. It's going to go against Noah. Our digital replay brought to you by Panasonic Viera Plasma TVs, proud sponsor of Knicks basketball.
Here it is, the drive there, and you see Nocioni get sucked in. Al Harrington makes the right choice. He kicks it out to Gallinari for the 3.
Look, after every time, even if he misses after the shot, first thing he does, he points to the guy that passes to him.
And that's what teammates are all about. You've got to acknowledge that you're in it together. Win or lose.
He's just so pumped up to be out there on the court playing. It's been a long struggle for him. Thomas sees an opening, drives, kicks it out. Gallinari again. Shot clock at 7. He's got time. Harrington, shot clock at 5. Gallinari sets a screen. Harrington steps back. Won't go. Rebound tipped and taken by Nocioni.
Al just didn't have his feet quite the way he wanted them. A little off balance on that 3.
Still very early here in the 4th quarter. Noah, who has 12 rebounds in the game.
Make Noah shoot from out there.
Thomas spins. Thomas pass inside, deflected, and an offensive foul. Duhan, who looks like he might be shaken up in the play, draws the charge on that pass by Thomas.
Yeah, good job here. You're going to see Tyrus Thomas leaves his feet to make the pass. Duhan steps in, and on the way down, maybe he got hit in the back of the head, or he's got the back issues, whatever it is, but Duhan back up and running.
3 fouls on Tyrus Thomas. Tim Thomas spinning, tough shot, won't go. Noah, another rebound. Rose drives on Gallinari, puts up layup, blocked by Gallinari, throws it ahead to Robinson. Robinson up for the layup, banks it in, and the Knicks go up by 6.
What a great play from Gallinari on defense and the pass as well. Tremendous stuff.
Doing it at both ends of the floor. The rookie from Italy having an impact. Heinrich inside to Thomas. Thomas spinning and dunks it. Nice spin move from Tyrus Thomas.
Looked like Gallinari tried to take a foul there while the ball was still on the ground. They didn't call it. He hit the deck, and Thomas with the big-time flush.
Thomas, Gallinari. Duhan looking. Trying to find an opening. Duhan, reverse layup, and draws the foul. Derrick Rose not happy.
Late whistle.
And Duhan, you can tell he is hurting right now. Anybody who's ever had a bad back knows that walk.
Know all about it. And plus, how many times you keep hitting the floor? That's not good for your back. How about the play before this? Watch the defense. Great job of staying with it, and then gets the block. Tremendous position, and then finishes off with a beautiful feed ahead to Nate Robinson.
Again, his skill level is Duhan hits a free throw. He can handle. Passing might be one of his top strengths. And even Mike D'Antoni the other day, after the Philadelphia game, said he's our best shooter. So the skill level is high. The basketball IQ is high. As Jeffries comes in for Tim Thomas. Lee comes in for Nate Robinson, and Mike D'Antoni leaving the rookie out there.
It's going to be about, repetition, knowing the league, understanding the league, and how you fit in, where you find yourself, and how you get your shot, and all those things. Because he knows how to play the game. There's no question about that.
Knicks up 6. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Can the Knicks close out a close game? Heinrich. Shot clock down to 10. Jeffries, the length on Derrick Rose.
Force him right.
Ball fake, drives, shot is up, short, no good, but a foul. That kid is so strong when he goes to the basket. Jeffries picks up personal.
I'm sorry, Mike. He's forcing him right instead of forcing him left. You'll see here. See, he's giving him the right, and that's his strength. And he takes the right, and that's where he gets into trouble, and now he's at the line.
Foot Locker above the glass replay. One of the things that I like about the kid is he's not one of those who thumps his chest, doesn't celebrate, kind of keeps an even keel. And he says he likes to make sure that his opponent knows what he's thinking. He's been a winner no matter where he went. High school and won a couple of state titles. Memphis had that great team last year that lost in the NCAA title game.
He was pretty good in high school. I saw a few of his games.
Duhon to Lee. Lee misses it. Duhon banks in the follow. Stays with the play. And the Knicks back up by 6.
David somehow must have lost a handle on that. He's got a smile on his face because Duhon bailed him out.
And Duhon now with 13 points. He's got 6 of them here in this fourth quarter. Rose on the drive. Oh, pretty play from the rookie. The help defense got there late.
Yeah, he set him up there and then able to quickly turn back to his left baseline. There's that quickness we talked about. What great speed.
Harrington spinning. Harrington a little out of control. Just flipped it up in the basket. He wanted a foul, but a poor finish. Heinrich up top to Thomas. Extra pass. Nocioni loves that corner. Can't get it to go. And Duhon the rebound.
The bullet there is the Bulls did everything right, but make the shot.
Chris Duhon, you can see battling that bad back. He did not play in the fourth quarter on Saturday. That could have been the difference. Gallinari fakes, drives, tries to draw some contact, lost the ball, and Noah picks it up. 3-on-1 for the Bulls. Rose alley-oop and the finish, and it's back to a 2-point game. And a timeout call by Mike D'Antoni. Another close one between the Bulls and the Knicks. Derrick Rose, the spectacular rookie, making a superb play here.
Look at that crossover. No defense for that one, Mike.
That turnover leading to another bucket. Rose first the bucket, then the assist.
Dovunque sei, quando vuoi, Sky è sempre con te. Con la TV mobile di Sky, i tuoi canali preferiti ti accompagnano sempre. Informati, manda un SMS con la parola.
Il gioco che fa impazzire i veri fantallenatori.
Fanta Scudetto entra nel vivo.
Iscrivi ora la tua Fantasquadra. Per il girone di ritorno ti aspettano una nuova classifica e nuovi premi. Fantastico Fantascudetto. Giochi gratis, vinci ogni settimana e il super premio finale è ancora tutto da conquistare. Per aggiornamenti e classifiche, l'appuntamento è ogni venerdì alle 20 su Sky Sport 1.
E tu cosa aspetti? La sfida continua. fantascudetto.sky.it.
In anteprima assoluta, su Sky Prima Fila.
Dopo aver visto decine di morti ammazzati, imbrattati del loro sangue che si mescola allo sporco, guardati con curiosità o indifferenza professionale, scansati come rifiuti pericolosi o commentati da urla convulse, ne ho ricavato una sola certezza, un pensiero tanto elementare che rasenta l'idiozia. La morte fa schifo.
Forte tu.
Dal best seller di Roberto Saviano, diretto da Matteo Garrone, il film con Tony Servillo, vincitore del Grand Prix a Cannes e pluripremiato agli European Film Award. In anteprima assoluta, Gomorra, in programmazione questo mese solo su Sky Prima Fila.
91-89. Knicks clinging to a 2-point lead as we approach the midway point of the fourth. IOTV presents the HD highlight of the game. As Danilo Gallinari, the rookie from Italy, making his presence felt once again. Get incredible HD picture and sound free with IOTV. And Kelly Tripucka, Gallinari staying in the game. And the reason he's a playmaker, actually no, he's going back to the tunnel to stay loose. So Quentin Richardson, who had such a terrific first half, he's back in.
They're going to go with the veterans, and Gallinari's going to go ride a bike for a little while, I think, just in case.
And Tony not hesitant to put him in again because he's a playmaker. Either with the pass, he moves the ball, and can obviously make shots. Duhan, Harrington, no dangerous pass. Dang just wasn't looking. Richardson inside the lead, 3 on the shot clock, out to Duhan, puts up a 3. In and out. Rebound, Noah. Another rebound for Noah, his 14th of the game. And Thomas comes the other way. Knicks now 8 of 20 from downtown. Heinrich. Good ball denial from Jeffries. Shot clock at 3. Shot clock at 2. Heinrich trying to draw a foul. And a good no call as he leaned into Duhan.
And he took his space, and Chris avoided the contact. Nice job defensively there and forcing the Bulls into a tough shot with that clock winding down.
Bulls have gotten back on defense. Knicks with very few fast break opportunities. Duhan to Lee, back shot, won't go. And Noah grabs another board.
Just sense that it's because of that ankle he's not getting the same kind of lift.
And Lee, a very uncharacteristic 3 of 14 from the field. Rose gets around Jeffries, kicks it out. Thomas, good open look for Thomas, puts it in, tie game.
He's improved his jump shot a lot, Tyrus Thomas. And again, that hesitation dribble from Rose really being effective.
Thomas 8 of 10 from the field. Duhan kicks it out, wide open 3. Harrington in and out, and the Knicks all of a sudden have gone cold.
Now, that's a shot they want. Can't ask for a better look than a wide open 3 from Harrington.
Rose back up top to Heinrich. Good open 3 for Heinrich. Wow, way off the mark. And Heinrich had been shooting well tonight.
Dodged one there because you're right, that was pretty good.
Duhan to the basket. And a whistle on the pass. Harrington hits that one, and it won't count. And the foul on the Bulls, their 3rd team foul.
Duhan upset as well because if he had heard the whistle a little sooner, it would have probably put it up, forcing the 2 free throws, but instead it was too late. He already made the pass when the whistle blew.
Duhan fakes, now gets it to Lee. Lee is fouled by Noah, and this time David Lee will go to the free throw line where he's 4 for 4 today.
Looked like he was going to go up and dunk that one. I think a little frustration setting in. But David gets an opportunity. He's hanging tough. He's really staying with it.
If you're just tuning in, he stepped on Luol Deng's foot in the first half, sprained his right ankle, got it retaped at halftime. It's been obvious that he does not have the same lift. Meanwhile, Gallinari, when he's out of the game, to keep that back nice and loose, does all this. You can see him flexing, trying to keep it. Some kind of movement. Lee goes 1 of 2 from the line. 1 point Knick lead as they come up on 4 minutes remaining.
Jeffries with the assignment of trying to contain Rose and those high screens.
Rose. Lee doesn't go for the fake.
They're switching a lot of it, just about everything.
Jeffries to Heinrich. Rose inside to Noah. Noah blocked for a foul. And not a bad foul considering Noah's problems at the free throw line.
And pretty good defense too here. Knicks doing a nice job of calling out their switches, and that's a great pass from Rose to find Noah at the last minute. Jeffries with the block, but not before the foul was called.
He's a 61% free throw shooter with one of the auto shots, but that one not a problem. This was halftime, came out before warm-ups with his dad Yannick, who's courtside here. Talked about one of the reasons he shoots this way. He was small, he was little, and he needed 2 hands to shoot the ball.
He's still using 2 hands, but that is strange.
But 2 perfect free throws.
It doesn't matter. As long as they go in, nobody's going to say anything.
Bulls by 1. Duhan and Lee trying to work it. Quentin Richardson to Harrington. Shot clock at 8. Duhon puts it up, puts it in. Chris Duhon, a big bucket.
All right, Mike, they really worked hard on that possession. Really stayed with it, were wary of the clock, and finally got a nice screen from David Lee, which gave Chris Duhon just enough room to knock it down.
So Duhon back-to-back plays, first setting up Lee, and now with 15 points on the game. Heinrich up top to Rose. Rose with that jump shot. That's good. The rookie nails that one.
Didn't waste any dribble. Quick pull-up going to his left off the little flip pass, knocks it down.
First game between these two back in December, there were 18 lead changes. We've had 18 lead changes here this afternoon. Duhon out to Harrington. Harrington for three. Won't go. Noah, yet another rebound, his 17th, and that is a career high for him.
Harrington getting some excellent looks.
Check that, a season high, not the career. Rose jump shot. That's good. Back-to-back jumpers for the rookie, and the Bulls go up by 3. 20 points, 8 assists for Derrick Rose. Duhon looking. Lee sets the screen. And trying to force it in. Lee gets it back off the deflection. There's an open 3. Bang! Quentin Richardson from downtown to tie the game.
From the same spot that Harrington had just missed from, the Knicks catch a break, and David Lee picks it up and finds Q.
There's the fortunate bounce. Duhon tried to force the pass. It was deflected right to David Lee, who makes the assist. The Knicks are able to tie it up with 2:07 remaining. 24 points for Quentin Richardson and a huge three-pointer.
Le casalinghe disperate. Le brutte.
Phoenix Suns coming up on Wednesday. Get the latest inside information at 7. Knicks game night. Tip-off shortly after 7:30. Shaquille O'Neal, Steve Nash, and the Suns here at the Garden on Wednesday night. Young fan experiencing the highs and lows of a Knicks game. Knicks were up by as many as 13 in the first half, up by as many as 9 in the third. Bulls came back, took a 3-point lead here in the fourth, and right now we're all even with 2:07 to play.
An excellent ball game. It's been a great game of runs, and right now, with just a little over 2 minutes to go, Knicks had somewhat of similar opportunities down in Washington a few days ago and did not finish that game very well. They've got another chance here, and it just seems like every night we're in these types of ball games where the Knicks are learning how to win.
Meanwhile, the Knicks have 3 timeouts remaining, 1 full and a couple of 20s. Bulls are down to 1 timeout left. Knicks have a foul to give. Bulls are in the penalty. Ben Gordon has been sitting almost this entire fourth quarter. He's normally the one that hits the big shots, especially the Knicks have seen him hit some big ones against them. Rose on the drive, and a jump ball. Excellent defensive play from Jared Jeffries.
Yeah, he tried to split the defense there as David Lee had shown out on the defense. Watch Lee show out, and Rose will try to get between them. He's got room, but you see Jared Jeffries heads up play, getting his hands on that. Now it's about tipping it to your teammates. Find 2 together.
Rose is a good leaper. Jeffries with a huge height advantage.
He wants to go to David Lee and Al Harrington. That space in between there, right over his left shoulder.
Noah certainly aware of that. Will try and get behind Lee. And does so. Smart play from Yannick Noah. And Jeffries tipped it 2 for him. Rose on the drive. Dane with the jump shot. Short. Richardson the rebound.
You really dodge a bullet there. That's a tip that really should be short rather than long, because the guy can only go behind that guy rather than in front.
Try call Joakim Yannick one more time. Finally, will you? Harrington fakes a 3. Crossover move. Stops. He's caught. Nowhere to go. Finds Richardson. Richardson on the drive. Up and in. Tried to dunk it. Noah the rebound. An easy layup would have done. That's twice now the Knicks have tried to dunk it and have come away empty.
Yeah, be sure. Don't try to hit the home run.
Coming up on a minute remaining. Now 1:13 and counting. Heinrich crossover move on Lee. Nice move. And Lee with a foul.
And he pushed him on the offhand, was down below, and the shove came.
Heinrich, an excellent free throw shooter, will go to the line. Our Panasonic digital replay on Quentin Richardson's drive here, Kelly.
Yeah, he gets an opportunity going to his lane. All he needs is a little, it's just too far out. There's no way he's going to be able to dunk that. Better off taking the runner, flip it up to the basket, give yourself a chance for an offensive rebound if it doesn't go in.
And Heinrich, who shoots 80% from the line, misses a free throw. Only the third miss for the Bulls. They're 13 of 16 from the line. Heinrich, 12.7 assists.
Important rebound here if he should miss another one.
Rebounding has been key in this game. Bulls plus 16. Including on the offensive glass. They have dominated the offensive glass.
This possession about smart decisions. Get a good look and take care of the basketball.
Duhan on the drive, gets inside, lots of contact, misses, ball knocked loose, picked up by Thomas. Duhan slow to get up. Heinrich down the other end, puts up a three-pointer, won't go. Rebound, Thomas puts it up and won't go again. Big rebound by Richardson, who looked like he got hit. And Duhan sets it up. 35 seconds remaining, Knicks down one. Duhan on the drive, draws the foul. Count it. No foul. My mistake. Thought I heard a whistle, but Duhan backs it in.
I thought I heard a whistle as well, but
Duhan thought there should have been a whistle. Either way, an aggressive move. And the Knicks back up by one with 31.2 remaining. Chris Duhan with 10 points here in the fourth quarter. A big bucket right now as the Bulls call their final timeout. Knicks up one, 31.2 remaining. Knicks and Bulls right now. Knicks with a 1-point lead, 31.2 remaining here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. 4 years ago on this day, they played in a game that was decided in the final seconds. And the man who's been sitting on the bench here in the fourth quarter, Ben Gordon, made this drive back in 2005, the winner in the final seconds to give the Bulls the victory. Gordon has hardly played here in the fourth quarter, and he's just come on to the game right now. The Mount Vernon native has been off throughout the afternoon. Again, Chicago out of timeouts. Knicks have had a couple of times in recent games where their ball denial has forced the team to use a timeout, but they're not putting that kind of pressure now. Chandler back in. He's guarding Rose. Drives by him to the basket. Blocked. Picked up by Lee. Outlet to Duhan. And a quick foul. Chandler was beaten off the dribble, but stayed with the play. And now the Knicks will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, pretty good defense here. You're right. He's beat here, but stays with it, Mike. You called it. Just to get a hand up, force Rose to change his shot. David Lee comes away with a rebound. Smart decision, getting it to Duhan.
Thought he got a piece of it, but no, he just made Rose so alter the shot. It was an awkward way to shoot.
It looked like Rose almost got too deep, Mike. He was behind the backboard and had to reach out behind, forcing a difficult shot.
There's Duhan's numbers. And again, that includes some big buckets here in this fourth quarter.
Remember, no timeout, so they can't set up a play right now. Chicago, they're going to be on the run.
11 fourth quarter points for Chris Duhan. 2-point game. The Knicks will then have, you get to that old scenario, do you not let him shoot a three? It's a 3-point game.
Now find the 3-point shooters, and if they take time off, I would think about taking a foul here.
Play them outside the line. Don't let Gordon shoot a three.
He likes to step back.
Gordon fires with a hand in his face. Terrible shot from Gordon. And the Knicks will get it back with 10.5 remaining.
He did them a favor there, Mike. You're right. That was a complete force. Not a good look.
Richardson looking. They want to get it to Duhan, and Richardson wisely takes a timeout.
And move it up to half court as well, which now they can go into backcourt, which is a huge thing here for the Knicks.
Well, the Bulls could have scored it. They certainly had time for a quick two, even though they didn't have timeouts remaining. Ben Gordon took a very contested three-pointer with David Lee right in his face. Lee did an excellent job.
He did. I'm surprised that they didn't go for the quicker two. I thought they really forced, as you said, Mike, with, 12, probably over 12 seconds when he took that shot. Why not try to get to the basket? Because the Knicks don't want to foul in that scenario, and try to get to two and then go from there.
Gordon has had a rough afternoon, 3 of 15 from the field. There you see the game summary with the Bulls out of timeouts, no fouls to give. Knicks still have 2. And here were the Bulls down by 3 their last possession.
Yeah, didn't really ever look to turn the corner to try to make something happen. The Knicks do a good job of switching, and then David Lee really stays with Gordon. He forces a 3. A real tough shot. Not a good look there. And, you know, that played right into the Knicks' hands. Now with 10.5 seconds to go, the most important thing to a teammate.
We'll have post-game coverage coming up here from Mike D'Antoni at his press conference. Here from some of the Knicks who are trying to hold on and close out a game. They led by 13 in the first half. Bulls came storming back. Went up by 9 in the third quarter. Bulls actually took a 3-point lead here in the fourth quarter before the Knicks answered back. Ben Gordon has really hurt the Knicks with some last-second shots over the years. But right now it's Chris Duhon who's come up big for the Knicks. Duhon with 12 points here in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks lead by 3. So D'Antoni sends out free throw shooters. It includes Harrington, Richardson, Robinson, Duhon, and Chandler.
Smart, all guys that are, I believe, above 80%. So that gives you many opportunities. Now, a couple of guys haven't played, but make sure you anticipate getting fouled. Come to the ball.
They throw it in the backcourt. Robinson getting away from Gordon. And Gordon just got his fingertips
They
on
have
it.
to call that.
So Nate Robinson will shoot 2.
Would he tap him on the backside? Maybe.
Gordon, his 3rd foul. A rare off game for Gordon here at the Garden. He loves to come back and play in his hometown.
Mike Nate needs one here.
Robinson 3 for 4 from the line. He's a kid that we've seen him in times when he's been on the line in the clutch.
Agreed.
He is not afraid of the big moment.
No, that makes the second one easier. When you knock that first one down, now you've got some confidence. And now it's about playing defense and not making
some time off. Bad pass deflected, and that will do it. The Knicks will hold on and beat the Bulls in an exciting game here this afternoon at the Garden.
real good ball game. That was fun.
And another one of those where a number of Knicks contributed. Chris Duhon with the huge fourth quarter. And Gordon unable to hit the big shot this time as the Knicks get the victory for their 16th win of the season. Time for our play of the game, brought to you by Budweiser. As the Knicks were down by 1 at this point, Duhon with the drive. Gets inside, banks it in, tough shot. And that gave the Knicks a 1-point lead. Budweiser reached for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. Duhon, who had the game winner, is with Al.
Okay, Mike, Chris, what does it mean for this team to come through crunch time and turn this into a win?
It's big. It's something we've been struggling with all year. And, you know, we've been in this situation a lot. So the more experience we get, the better we do.
You know, it seems that all you have to do is put the Knicks uniforms and the Bulls uniforms on the same court, and it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a historical matchup. You know, ever since when Michael and Patrick were here, and we've been able to keep it going. And it's going to be a great game.
How hard was it for you to battle through with whatever you're going through in your back?
Yeah, it was tough, but I mean, my team needs me. This is a tough stretch for us, an important stretch for us. And you know, if I can walk, I'll play.
Great win. Thanks.
All right.
Back to you, Mike.
So our Oppenheimer Funds player of the game. Let's take a look at the numbers behind today's player of the game. Brought to you by Oppenheimer Funds. Chris Duhon again playing with that bad back. 12 of his 19 points here in the fourth quarter. 3 assists, 5 rebounds, and just 1 turnover for Duhon. Today's player of the game spotlight and brought to you by Oppenheimer Funds. Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest. Well, Duhon's basket gave them the lead, but it was Quentin Richardson's three-pointer with just over 2 minutes remaining that tied the game. Knicks were down by 3 with about 2:16 remaining, but finished the game on an 8-1 run, and now improved to 16-24 overall, 10-9 here at the Garden. The Bulls fall to 18-24 overall, and 5-16 on the road. Coming up, Knicks post-game coverage. We'll hear from Mike D'Antoni and some of the victorious Knicks. All coming up on our Knicks post-game report on MSG. So for Kelly Chapuka and Al Trawick, this is Mike Green saying post-game is next.